Hey there, welcome to episode 113. Facebook's fired up, Instagram is coming. There we go. So welcome Instagram folks, episode 113 of WhysAdvice, repeating for the Facebook crowd. Hey, good to see you tonight. Thursday night, it's the weekend. Susan checking in from Hawaii. Good to see you. Calan, good evening to you. How are you? Angie's here. Good evening. David's checking in. Good to see you, sir. Kirby, hey. Did you get my text, Kirby? I'm surprised you found it. Jeff checking in. Good evening to you. Tina from Connecticut over on Instagram. Good evening. Vending, Donna. Good evening, Donna. Donna also says hello. Alicia's hello. Show Low, Arizona. Beth checking in. Diane there. Hi. Good to see all of you. Hello from Georgia. Very nice. Ellen from hot Miami. It's so humid. Yeah, I bet. Ruth Ann's here. Good evening. Yeah, it's David, this is a Penguin shirt. I happened to dress up a little bit for my meeting tonight, so that's what I got. Katie from Tallahassee. Good evening. Happy almost Friday, Margie. Gail over on Instagram, good evening. And hi from Iowa. Woo, Iowa's here in the house. Let's see what else is going on. Susan, yeah, this is, like I said, it's just, it's funny, when I bought I bought this at Goal, and it's too big again. It's fine, I can wear it, but it's too big. It's cool. I was representing over on Instagram tonight. That's pretty fun. So let's see what else we got. Chris is here. 4th meeting today. Down 11 pounds, 21 days. Boom. Chris, that's how you do it. Good work, man. Really good work. Stay focused and getting it done. Donna needs her glass. Yeah. Denise says, hi. Texas Hurricane Harvey just isn't keeping you away. I love it. Yeah, and you're going through quite a bit, so we don't have cable, so I don't get a lot of the news feed. I mean, of course, I clearly know what's going on, but I only get what I can go search for on the internet. It's just absolutely devastating. I got some friends in the area as well that are severely impacted, so can't even imagine. So this is the time where you just do your best, right? You do your best and get done what you can get done. So, but Denise, you're killing it. Great job. Ha! Kirby, did you look at the text yet? There you go. Let's see. Lisa is over from Virginia. Good evening to you. Kathy, you ran a little bit today based on last night's talk. Good job. Very nice. Thanks, Siobhan. Good to see you. Deb is here. Says hi all. Hello from BG, Ohio. Gabe, good evening. California Bay Area. West Virginia. Man, all kinds of Illinois. Gail's back to Facebook. So Dry Hopped over on Instagram walked 4 miles today. Very nice. That's always fun, right? Very cool. Lori from New York. Cindy from Michigan. Man, we need to put a map everywhere and just start checking them off. David, running pace. I think when we do David and I are going to do a 5K next weekend, September 9th. For those of you who are interested, if you want to come to Indy, September 9th, we're running for the American Heart Association. If you're interested, the link, you have to scroll through a couple Connect posts, but the link is out there. It's called kind of the Indy Meetup, but really we're running a 5K for the American Heart Association. If you want to walk it, it's completely free to walk it. If you want to run, you do have to pay. What I did and what David did, we just made a donation just to the American Heart Association to do it. So you're welcome to do that and join us. I'll get a message out this week as to what the details are, but we're going to meet up after the race and just kind of hang out, whoever's there. I think it's about a dozen of us, nothing crazy, but just to say hey and just put a name to a face or a face to the name. So, but I think, David, for my 5K, I'd like to push a little bit. I'd really would like to come in at 21 minutes, somewhere in that ballpark is what I'd like to do. My last 5K was 24, so I'd love to be under 24, and I'd love to be under 20, but I'm not ready for under 20. So somewhere between 20 and 24 is what I'm shooting for, David. So I hope that is where you're at. Steven's here. Good evening to you. Katie's dipping into the water early. Nice. Jeff is here. All right, so let's get this show rocking. You know how we start the show, right? We start the show with tell me what is amazing in your life. Tell me what's going on amazing in your day. I'll get a sound check done. When the sound check is done, I'll come back and I'll get you documented into the journal book. All right, let's get this thing fired up. Old-fashioned journal book. So you tell me what's amazing. I'll read through, find one or two, get them in here, and then we will start the show. You ready? Let's see here. Audio check, mic check, 1, 2, testing, 1, 2, 3. Good. All right, that checks out good. Every once in a while, the computer gets overloaded and it doesn't like me yelling at it, so I kind of got to adjust there. So let's see, scrolling to the bottom here to see what we missed. Ha! Jeff, I think I already got you, but how can you not celebrate that? Let's go, Jeff. 4-year wedding anniversary. Happy anniversary, man. And I bet your wife is amazing, and I bet she says the same thing about you. So, let's see here. I like that one too. Let's go here. So Debbie says, maintaining goal for 1 year. The reason I like that one is because September 20th will be 1 year for me, and everything I've kind of read statistically, after that first year mark, your mission and your rate of success goes way up. So if you can do the first year, you pretty much can do it for life, I believe. So that's very cool. And then we're going to add one more very cool. Willa says 4 years from today was last chemo treatment. Cancer free. Is there anything better than that, really? I mean, come on. All right, there you are, folks. Immortalized forever. Thanks for sharing those. You know, we'll end the show the same way, so kind of keep in mind what you want to work on or what you want to celebrate, and I'll throw them in. But let's get this thing wrapped up. Voila. That's step 1. This is step 2, right? if you can find something that's better than water, I'd be curious to find out what it is, because there isn't much better than water. All right. We're still rolling. Here we go. Episode 113 is ready for you. Are you ready? Let's do it. Deep breath. I need like one deep breath because there it is. Facebook folks, looks like you're back. I'm not sure what happened there, but all right, here we go. Like we do all the time, for some reason, if you do have issues with the internet, I'm going to continue recording the show. So if for some reason the internet dies on you, I'm recording the show. The show will still go out. Maybe you can get it back in. So here we go. Almost. Mic placement is key. I am your host, FatDag, and you're listening to WhysAdvice. My weight loss journey failed when I focused on how. It wasn't until I switched my focus to why that I truly transformed myself. Join the show on the web at fatdag.com and follow along on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at WhysAdvice. Send in your comments, your questions, and your celebrations, and I'll include them as part of the show. But before we dive in, remember, when you're out of points, stop eating points. Hey, I'm honored to be your wingman as we walk through this journey together because I believe in you. Here we are, episode 113 of WhysAdvice, and I want to let you know something funny that happened about my day. As you know, I'm a big fan of setting attendance goals. Do something little every day that you can continue that builds a habit, because those habits will carry you to a lifestyle change that you didn't even know was possible. That happened to me today. It was very interesting. I do a meeting on Thursday night, so I lead my meeting, and I have a routine that I leave my meeting, and by the time the meeting is over, my family has already had dinner, so there's no sense coming home, so I always go out to eat for dinner. I go to my old standby Chick-fil-A. That's kind of my Thursday evening dinner. And so I go there. I get the nuggets. I'm a sucker for their nuggets. So they're 9 points for the 12-count nuggets. No barbecue sauce. I do not get the French fries. I get a fruit cup. In my fruit cup, I ask for only strawberries. And I get a bottle of water. So it's a 9-point dinner. It works out very well. I enjoy it. But tonight I walked in, and the first thing I said as I'm walking in, I'm like, man, you know what? I'm doing really well. I really would like to, I think I want some French fries. So I walked in full intention, 100%. I'm getting the nuggets. I'm going to go for a large fry. I'm going to have a water. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to track it. I'm going to move on. So I walk in, and with that intention, I walk up to the register, and the nice gal behind the register, as I get to the front, she goes, hey, let me guess. You want a fruit cup with only strawberries and a bottle of water and nuggets, right? And I looked at her and I'm like, yep, that's what I want. And we laughed for a second. I didn't tell her what was really going on in my head, but I've done such a great job building a healthy habit and building healthy routines that other people that I interact with frequently understand it as well. And so without hesitation, she knew that I wanted the fruit cup with only strawberries, and that's what she gave me. And it was a great dinner. Kept me on plan, kept me on point, 9 points. And so I could have had the grilled nuggets. Sure I could have, but one of the things that I enjoy, I really like those nuggets. They're worth all 9 points for me. And so they're so worth it for me that I'm willing to go without the fries. I'm willing to go without the barbecue sauce. I'm willing to go without the ketchup because I want the real deal. That's one thing I'm not going to sacrifice on. I've worked it into my plan, and I've done it for a long time. But the whole bottom line is that I've built a habit. And again, the habit is noticeable to other people, and that is what kept me on plan tonight, is I was saved by the habit. So build your own good habits, and as you build your good habits, the people around you will start noticing. And they will react and they will help you once they understand that you're serious. I can tell you, if I was occasionally ordering the fruit cup with strawberries and then occasionally getting the French fries and kind of mixing it up, then that poor gal would have had no clue what I was going to order, and she would have just accepted whatever I ordered. But because I was so consistent, so regimented in my routine, that she knew as I walked through the door what I was going to have. Out of Pennsylvania, Kate writes in and says, "Hi, FatDag. I just recently started listening to your podcast. I have listened to about 4 episodes, and I'm looking forward to hearing more. I know you talk a lot about your why and finding your focus when it comes to food. I wanted to ask you about the fitness part. I started Zumba class a few months prior to starting Weight Watchers. I joined Weight Watchers in January 2016 to prepare for being my sister's maid of honor at her August wedding. I lost 63 pounds, 55 when the wedding day arrived, and I achieved Lifetime in October of 2016. All this time I was going to Zumba at least once or twice a week. In June I stopped going. My excuse was that I was playing softball on Tuesday nights and my schedule at work changed. I used to work 9:30 a.m. to 6 and drive right after work to my 7 o'clock class. Now I get out of work at 4:30. I used the excuse that I wanted to enjoy being outside while the weather was nice, and I had more of my night to enjoy. I don't know if my routine was getting stale or if I had lost motivation. I still track religiously every day, and I've gotten the most blue dots in the last 3 months than I have in the past. My weight has also stayed the same, which I'm actually very happy about. I still go for a walk on my 2 15-minute breaks during the workday, and sometimes at night after dinner. So that part didn't change. I would like to get back into Zumba and also yoga, which I used to love to do. Each week I seem to keep pushing it off, and soon the summer will be over. I feel like I need help finding my new why for fitness. I was so focused and motivated to go to Zumba and lift weights at the gym because I wanted to look good in my maid of honor dress. I feel like since the wedding, I've slowly lost my motivation for fitness activities, even though once I'm there, I actually do enjoy the classes. Well, thanks for listening. Have a great day, Kate, out of Pennsylvania. Kate, congratulations on hitting Lifetime. And throughout your whole email, you kind of snuck that in the middle, but that's the piece we're celebrating. You've hit a point in your journey where you're now Lifetime. Everything you're doing is helping you maintain that weight. So let's celebrate that first. That's an amazing accomplishment, and you need to really, really understand that everything you've done got you there. That's amazing. Now, you started off with your why, and your why was you wanted to make sure that you looked good for your sister's wedding. You wanted to look good in that wedding dress, or that maid of honor dress. I get that. A lot of folks, when we start this journey, that's a similar version of our why. We want to look good for an event, or for a specific reason for something specific like that. And what happens is when that event comes, we look good. If we make our goal, we look good for the event that we were losing weight for. At the event, it almost always begins to unravel. Because at the event, you're not going to gain all your weight back at the actual event. So the event, you just kind of enjoy the event and you go on, and then you kind of, from that point on, you just kind of drift away. I'm incredibly proud of you for recognizing that in your own journey. When you hit Lifetime and you got to that point where you said, hey, wait a minute, I want to do something different. You were working out all the time to satisfy your initial why, and now you realize that's not happening. But what I can tell you is, based on what you wrote in your email, you're actually still getting a little bit of exercise in. It's just not your 2 a week Zumba class. You're walking most evenings. You're going on walks on your break. You have to find things that you enjoy. You're doing a great job of getting it done, but we need to figure out, what does fitness give you? When you work out at Zumba class, what were you getting from that you're now missing? I like to go, when I work out now, for me, it's a celebration. It's a celebration. When I run a mile, mile and a half in a time that I'm not used to running it in, man, I celebrate the entire time of like, man, can you believe I just ran a mile and a half in 11 minutes? That's amazing. And so I celebrate the fact that there's things that I can do now that I haven't been able to do for years. I want you to dig into that celebration feeling. When you go to a Zumba class, I want you to figure out, could you have done this before you started Weight Watchers? No, so you celebrate while you're there, and you got to find the joy in whatever activity that you are. You need to reward your brain for doing this activity and say, man, I just did that. And, and so you got to the point in your journey where you kind of took that for granted a little bit because you were just used to going. And that's why we write down some of this non-scale victory stuff and read it often. It's because for you, this Zumba class became so easy, so complacent that it was just something that you were doing. And so I want you to enjoy it, but I want you to also remember that at one point you weren't able to do this. But last but not least, I want you to find something that you truly enjoy. Find a motivation team. Find an accountability team. Find other people who like doing the same things you do and do it together and enjoy it. That's where the joy is, because there was a time when you weren't enjoying any of it. Kate, thank you so much for your email. Lisa writes in and says, hi, FatDag. This is a celebration and accountability email rolled into one. First, the celebration. I'm an online-only member and a daily weigher. As of yesterday, I'm down unofficially 10%. Tomorrow is my official weigh-in, and that goes in my tracker. I don't anticipate any gains by tomorrow, but even if there is a small gain, I'm claiming 10% because by the time this celebration hits the air, I know 10% will be in the bag, and I'll be shooting for the next mini goal. Now, for the accountability. This morning, I shared my 10% victory with my trainer. He immediately started tapping on his phone screen, and he says, well, if you want to lose X more pounds, and you keep going like you have been, you'll hit your goal in next X number of months. I paused, and I took a breath. Well, you see, this is a behavior that I've successfully avoided on this, my final weight loss journey. In the past, I've said to myself, well, if you lose a pound a week, then you'll weigh X by whatever date. I've even gone so far as to fill in a calendar with the weight I think I should be by that week, counting down every week by a pound for months and months in advance. Then, when a week or two would go by with a loss that was less than a pound, or maybe even a gain, suddenly my mind said I was behind. It wouldn't take long before I was discouraged and then I'd quit. To make matters worse, there would be these stupid numbers on my calendar counting down every week and reminding me of my failure. Now, back to where I paused. After the pause and my breath, a tiny little fat dag showed up on my shoulder and said, this is how I responded to my trainer. I don't know what my goal is yet. I'll know when I get there. I'm not worried about how long it takes. I figure I can control what food I eat and I can control my workouts, but I cannot control what the stupid metal monster chooses to say to me when I step on it. Tiny fat dag, over and out. This is how I made it to 10%, and this is how I will make it to goal. If there is no deadline, then I'm not setting myself up for failure. I really struggle with trying to push the numbers out of my mind on my commute to work. I don't even want to think about a goal date, let alone write it down. I will keep resisting the urge to try to forecast my future weight loss, and eventually, I will be at goal. At that point, it won't be an issue anymore. Thanks, FatDag, for letting me get that off my chest, and thanks for being a great wingman. Well, Lisa, as you know, I'm completely honored to be your wingman. And I'm going to disagree with you right out of the gate. You say you don't want to forecast your future weight loss, and eventually you will be at goal. Let's think about that. Everything in your email tells me you are at goal. You hit your 10%. your 10% has proven that you know how to work the program. It's proven that you can pick yourself back up. It's proven that you can move forward. You're figuring out a way to work out. You're getting a workout in. You're routinely working out. You're eating right. You're clearly at goal. The metal monster doesn't know it yet, and it's okay because the metal monster is just a machine. Your brain is at goal, and it doesn't matter how long it takes for the scale to catch up. If you continue doing everything you're doing exactly the way you're doing it, you're going to continue to have the same success you had. Your body will adjust, and your body will put you at an ideal weight that it needs to maintain that perfect balance. You've accepted this as a way of life. You've changed your lifestyle, and that's why you're getting these rewards. So great job, Lisa. Now, again, 10%, we talked about 10% means you can hit goal. If you hit 10%, you can hit goal. Your trainer sounds like a great guy, sounds like he's trying to motivate you, but he's missing the piece on how to motivate you. I'm going to go on a limb here. I'm going to say find a new trainer. That might be a little harsh, and maybe you and I will talk offline about this at some point, but you need to find someone who understands what your goal is, who understands your mindset, and works with that framework to push you. If he's pushing you in a framework that you're not in, at some point something is going to happen and the two of you aren't going to jive, and I don't want that to happen for you, and I want you to recognize that sooner than later. So I've done the same thing as you with the calendar. I'm very proud to see that you ditched this behavior, but I've done the same thing in previous weight loss attempts for me. I built the charts. I built the thing saying if I lose a pound a week or 2 pounds a week, by this date I'll be this point. And you're right, it is absolutely painful to watch when you start missing those numbers. We do not have the ability to lose weight. None of us have that ability. I can't say I want to lose weight. The best I can say is I want to work out, I want to eat healthy. That's the best I can do. And when I do that, my body makes the adjustment to lose the weight. So keep doing what's working for you. You clearly understand the journey. You clearly are working it perfectly. And when I say perfectly, what I mean is you're perfectly working it, if that makes sense. It means that there are days where you weren't exactly perfect, but you followed them up with days where you were back in the right mindset. To me, that's what it's all about. You are clearly getting it done. It's a complete honor to walk with you, hold your hand, and believe in you as you now believe in yourself. So Lisa, thank you for your email. Next up, Misti writes in, says, by the time you read this, my beach vacation will be over. The last time I was at the beach was 4 years ago. I've lost about 27 pounds and I still have 48 to go. I've been complacent in my journey since March. I've lost the same 3 to 4 pounds for 4 months now. I have so many whys: to go to the beach and to be comfortable in a bathing suit. I missed that one. To set a good example for my 2 daughters, to be happy in my own skin and with my appearance, to wear the clothes I want and not have to just wear what fits, to be able to say I'm done losing weight, to be able to go to the doctor and not be in the obese group, to rock my daughter's senior night, etc., etc. I just can't seem to get back to the plan, to truly track, to truly do it the way I need to in order to lose the rest. What advice do you have for someone that had been stuck in the complacency trap for so long? Thanks in advance, Misti. And then your PS is beautiful. It says, PS, I'm still going to have a great time at the beach and not worry about that bathing suit, but focus on the time with my daughters. Yeah, Misti, that's the most important part in your email. And so along this journey, there comes a point where, we all sign up for a reason. You don't accidentally join Weight Watchers. So you deliberately join for a reason. That reason is your why. It takes a long time for us to figure it out. The easiest way to start figuring this stuff out is to start, number one, loving everything about you. And your PS sums it up. It says you're still going to go have a great time at the beach. You're not going to worry about what the bathing suit looks like, but you're going to focus on the time with your daughter. That's time you can't get back. So many of us in this journey, we've had these moments where we allow our own brains to kind of ruin the moment. Man, I'm glad for you and for your daughter's sake that you didn't do that. So great job there. Because when you love yourself, you can love everything about yourself, and then you can then say, I still would like to make a change though. I love myself, but I can improve upon this amazing thing I already have. I can improve in this area. You have so many whys and you've written them all down. I want you to dig a little deeper into them. I want you to write down what you think each of those means. Take each one of those one by one and give me give a paragraph to yourself about each one. Describe the feeling of when you no longer have that. What does being happy in my own skin mean? What does being able to wear clothes that you want and not fit, what does that mean? When you say you're done losing weight, what does that feel like? How do you know when you get there? When you walk into the doctor's office and the doctor says you're no longer obese, what is that feeling? What do you envision that feeling like? If you take each one of these topics and you dig a little deeper, physically write it down with a pen and paper, use your creative process to dig deep in that brain and pull this information out, because those whys are powerful. And they'll get you to goal. And so then, once you firmly establish them, I want you to go back and listen to episode number 72. Episode number 72 is commonly referred to as the Complacency episode. You may have already listened to it. I want you to listen to it again. And then when you're done with that, take the things you just wrote down with the knowledge you just gained from episode 72, and then start asking yourself a series of questions. The next time you sit down for breakfast, before you open your app, before you open the pantry, before you figure out what you're going to have to eat, you say, okay, it's breakfast time. I understand what being able to wear anything I want looks like. Do I rather have that, or would I rather have this for breakfast? Okay, moving on. Okay, now that I know if I go to the doctor's office and I'm no longer in the obese group, would I rather have that feeling that I just wrote down, or would I actually rather go out to lunch with friends today and just be unmindfully, eating? If you base every decision on your food and your fitness from this point on against the whys that you wrote down on paper, you will begin to understand how much willpower you have and how you can actually change your entire behavior by judging and balancing them up against your why. That's why we ask you to keep your whys close by, because I want you to every day, every second of the day, every meal, understand what your why is, and then make that decision. Would I rather have this or that? You don't have to get it right every time. You have to just get it right more often than you get it incorrect. You can have anything you want on the plan. What I want you to have is a clear understanding of your whys, and I want you to get to goal. Misti, you can get there. You didn't lose 27 pounds on accident. Whatever you did to lose 27 pounds clearly works, and you can continue to work that plan. So keep up with it. Go listen to 72, write down your whys, and then let me know when you hit goal. Next up, out of Altoona, Pennsylvania, Lisa writes in and says, Hi Dag, I'm an online-only member with no real support system. I have just started doing the Shaun T's Insanity workout this week, and I thought I would be releasing the pounds with the amount of sweating that I've been doing. I am gaining weight. I have increased my protein and my water intake. I'm staying in my point range. I'm not sure what I need to do next to start the scale going in the right direction. Do you have any ideas? I look at Connect, but I'm really not sure how to post or talk to people on social media. Any help would be appreciated. Thank you in advance. I'm 5'8" and I weigh 193 pounds. I have lost almost 28 pounds in 3.5 months. My goal weight is 145, give or take. Lisa. Well, Lisa, out of the gate, you're an online-only member, which is very, very difficult to do. Congratulations on being able to get down 28 pounds as an online-only member. That's an amazing accomplishment. When you say you have no real support system, you do have a support system. You absolutely do. You have an entire phone full of people who are just waiting to help you out on this journey. The beautiful thing about Connect, if you're not, I know you said you're not really in there. I want you to take that first step and get in there. Connect is an amazing, supportive community. The most beautiful thing about Connect is everything that's said inside that community is completely private. No one else can see it. The only people who can see and read what's going on in there are people who are current, paid, active Weight Watcher members. So they can completely relate to your journey. You have an amazing support system that you just need to tap into. Extreme worst case scenario, get on the live chat feature of the app, reach out to someone who's a leader to help you walk you through that process. And if for some reason those two things aren't working, shoot me an email. Let's dig deeper into getting you the support you need. You need support on this journey. You absolutely do. It's hard to do this alone. You already have the challenge of doing it as an online-only member. The good news for you is I've seen there are many successful people who are doing this online only. You can easily be one of them if you tap into the right support network, and the support network exists and is ready for you. Now, again, you've lost 28 pounds in 3.5 months. That's amazing progress. That's amazing focus. You're clearly getting it done and understand how to get it done. You just started increasing your intensity with the Shaun T Insanity workout, which means you've been sweating a lot, which means you're drinking more water, which means you're eating more protein. You need to now start looking at eating your fitness points or eating your weeklies. You need to figure out where in that is. There's a great plan out there. Steve Sprengel, I don't know if you figured out him, but hashtag SSPRENGLE23 has developed a plan, and there are many people who say this is the piece that kind of busts them out of the plateau. So you've now completely changed your plan. You've started, you lost 28 pounds, and you added some intense workout. So it's time now for you to mix it up a little bit. I want you to work on eating your weeklies. I want you to mix them into the plan, whether you do it by eating the blue dots or whether you follow Steve's plan by mixing it up completely and shaking it up to get it done, staying well within the guidelines of the Weight Watcher program. Steve's plan does that. It mixes it up pretty well, but he keeps you on the plan, and I want you to tap into that, and that's why you need to get on Connect, because information like that is at your fingertips waiting to be there. So what I want you to do is keep doing what you're doing. I want you to, 28 pounds, I want you to pause for a second. I want you to realize that again, like I said a couple seconds ago, that doesn't happen by accident. You're doing phenomenal work. Don't get discouraged. Let's figure out how to get you all the way to goal. You can get there. We are here for you. Lisa, thank you for your email. Just before the show, Calan on Facebook wrote in and says, "Hey, Mike, I got a question. How long is the drive for your golf trip that you go to in Tulsa? How do you get activity and eat healthy while you do that?" Well, Calan, I imagine with Labor Day coming up, that's a question that a lot of us are going to kind of ask is, we're going to spend a lot of time in our cars. And so that's a great question. My road trip down to Tulsa, I do it a couple times a year. It's a 9-hour road trip. And if you think about it, it sounds so crazy, right? And so how do you stay on plan on a 9-hour road trip? Well, it's the same way I stay on plan on a 9-hour workday. I eat a good breakfast in the morning, so at some point I have lunch, and at the end of the day I have dinner. And I choose things at all 3 of those meals that are healthy and they're on plan. Road trips are even easier because on road trips, you actually have the ability to, there's a Subway about every 3 miles down the highway. So lunch is an easy one. You can have Subway for lunch and get something knocked out, but you can start your morning with a nice healthy breakfast, and you can end at the end of the day somewhere at a nice place and have a good dinner. So it's not the fact that you're sitting in a car for 9 hours, because again, you're still going to be sitting at a desk for 9 hours or sitting at your job for 9 hours. So you just have to really just reframe the mind and say, you know what? I get 3 meals a day. I get so many points a day. And at that point, I work in some snacks, and I work in some normal meals along the way. You can eat all kinds of healthy things, and for instance, if you go to Subway, you get a sandwich. But just a kind of a trick to help you out, what I do is I take my 6-inch sandwich. I have them cut it in half. I have them take the bread out. They scoop out the bread of the inside of the bread. I still eat the white bread. I have them scoop it out. I cut it in half. I move all the meat and the veggies to one side, and I have a 3-inch sub with double meat. It ends up being about 7 to 8 points, and it fills me up because it's plenty of protein. So something like that is just how you do it. You got to find these things that I don't consider that a trick, because I will continue doing that for life because it fills me up. I don't ever need to go back to eating a foot-long sandwich. It's just absolutely too much food for what I'm trying to do. It doesn't align with my goals. And what I want to know is when you work the plan and when everything you're doing aligns with your goals, and you ask yourself, would I rather have pizza or would I rather make goal? Would I rather have chocolate cake or would I rather have goal? Would I rather have this bag of chips or would I rather make goal? If you choose making goal more often than not, you can have success. The times you don't choose it, you simply eat mindfully and you say, today I do want the cake, but I'm choosing it mindfully. It's a once in a rare occasion. I'm going to get it done. And then the next few times you have to then choose goal. And if you do that, you can reach goal and you can celebrate. This weekend coming up, it's a 3-day weekend. You can stay on plan all 3 days. There's no different than the week. I want you to get it done. I want you to write in and celebrate when you get the goal. Let's share your celebrations on the air. Go to FatDag.com. Click on Listen Now. Send in your celebrations, your comments, your questions. I'll work them in as part of the show. I want you to email in your celebrations because I really want you to be proud of what you're doing. Well, that's going to do it for this time. Remember that losing weight and getting healthy has nothing to do with luck. You have to remain disciplined and focused. Set your sights on your goal and go after it. I wish you good focus. Whoop whoop. Man, these episodes just keep getting longer and longer and longer. So cool. Tia Lindsay, thank you very much. On Instagram, very nice. Thank you. Jennifer, the great answer. You don't need to decide your goal. So if you listen to a couple episodes, what I say your goal weight is more of a goal feeling. You'll know when you get there. Truly, you will. And it's so hard to understand that concept. I know that because I didn't even understand it. But when you get to the point where you walk in, you're going to know, you're going to think you're there about 10 to 15 pounds before you're really there, right? Because, 10 to 15 pounds away from your goal, you look good, you feel good, you're happy, but there's just that little bit you want to work on. When you get rid of that, then that turns into what we call a goal. So, yeah. So, yeah, Jamie, I agree. Great topics. I thought those are a lot of great episodes, great topics. And so Diane says, great episode. So I appreciate that. Let's see. Nikki, thank you for that. Donna, thank you. Man, you guys are awesome. Awesome. I don't know why you guys are all so awesome. It's just very cool. So there was something else I was gonna bring in. I can't remember what it was. It was the we talked about this. I put on Connect today. It's now September 1st. Statistically on the app, for downloads. So we had 200 and let me log in. Shoot. Let's see here. 261,000. Yeah, 261,229 downloads in the month of August. So I put it on Connect, hashtag or at KTDoug. She was closest. She said 261,500. So she was off by 231. That's a pretty good guess. Yeah, that's it. So Linda, that's what it says. So KT Doug got it. She was off by 300, which was very, very cool. So maybe we'll throw it out there. We'll see how many September has. I think, and I don't care, right? I don't, but based on the trends, there's a chance we hit 1 million downloads in September. Wouldn't that be cool? If not, it'll be October. But if we continue on the trend that we're going to, by you guys sharing. Every day I see you guys sharing, folks, on Connect, hey, listen to this. That's what makes the show continue to grow. So thank you for that. Maybe we'll find a way again to do a plug for, but a guest for September to see what the September numbers are going to be. The problem with it's just hard on my end to keep track of all the guesses, but we'll figure something out because it's fun. But so I want to make sure you got that. So. So one crazy shopper says on Instagram, when I listen to you, you always seem to say what I need to hear. You know what? Here's what I'm going to say to that. I don't believe that's true at all. I think what's true is this journey is not entirely different for many of us. It's all about the same. So I see people all the time who quote me on Connect, who say, "Hey, FatDag said this," and I go back and go, "No, I actually didn't say that." But what happens is I say something that resonates a little bit with them, and then their brain fills in the details. It's kind of like the difference between watching a movie and reading the book, right? So if you read the book, you have to fill in the details of, hey, there's a house down the street. Is it a blue house? Is it a big house? Is it a small house? Is it a tiny house? If you watch a movie, you know exactly what the house looks like. So when someone writes in an email, it's kind of like reading a book. So they kind of give the framework, and your brain fills in the details with what you know about you and your life. So the fact that you think every show tells you something you need to hear, it means we're providing just enough of the pieces for you to figure your own journey out. And and how I know that to be true is because all of the comments I see when a lot of people tag me on Connect, many times I go, no, that's not what I said. I understand how you interpreted that, and it is still valid, but I didn't say it like that. So that's kind of cool because that tells me that you're thinking. And that tells me that you're taking what you hear and you're making your own plan, and that is how you have success. You don't get success by doing it my way. You get success by understanding all of the pieces that are possible, understanding all the tools that are available, and using all of that to build your own plan. And clearly, that's what you're doing, one crazy shopper. Very cool. So thanks for that. So Joanne is reading The Noticer, right? That is a great book. And so you had to stop because you were crying. Yeah, it's hands down. I'm going to keep plugging Andy Andrews until he calls me. Jennifer, it's called The Noticer. You can get it on my website. You can get it a lot of different places. But if you go to fatdag.com, click on book list, there's a book called The Noticer by Andy Andrews. Hands down my favorite book ever. Andy, if you're listening, call me. Call me, Andy. Call me. I don't think Andy's listening. He has retweeted me once, though. That's kind of cool. Let's see. So Angie finished the book. Very nice. Yeah, Kathy, you're very welcome. Laura, thank you. Good for you being here at least. Yeah, Susan, I agree with you. Susan, keep spreading the app. I think the app is the easiest way, right? That's the reason I paid to have the app developed, is because I know that even for me, when someone said podcast, I didn't understand what that meant. I know what an app is. And so I said, if we develop an app, then you won't have to worry about finding the podcast. So yeah, that's why. So yeah, tell people the app, and the app is so easy. Go to the App Store, look for WhysAdvice. and it's there. It's pretty easy to download, and it's of course free, right? So let's see. So Jennifer, I mean, you got to kind of read it's a book about perspective. Jennifer, it really just kind of, one of the better reviews I've read about the book is it says there's nothing in the book that I haven't heard before, but he tells the story in such a way where I understand it. And so that's what it is. So I don't want to give too much of the book away, Jennifer, because it's my all-time favorite book ever, and I want you to experience it as I experienced it. But I'll tell you this, it comes with a guarantee. If you buy the book and you read the book, the entire book, and you hate it, mail it to me. I'll send you the money for it because it's that good of a book. I'm positive I can turn around and give it to somebody who will appreciate it. So I've said that a couple times. Hopefully 70,000 people don't do it because I'll be out of money. But the concept is just really that good of a book. Yeah, Barnes and Noble, I'm positive has it. You can walk into any books. It's that popular. You can go into any bookstore, they'll have it. Amazon has it. Like I said, I put the link on FatDag.com just to make it super easy, but it's just about everywhere. Yep. So Angie, that's exactly what I said. I don't want to spoil the book for anybody, but very cool. So Cindy, it's called The Noticer. The Noticer by Andy Andrews is the name of the book. That's one of them, and then the other one, if you get done that one. So look, I keep books everywhere. This is a good one. If you guys read this one, this is my number 2 favorite book. And then I got some other books, which we'll get into later. But cool. Yes. So there we go. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Yeah, you should read it. Yep. So Kathy, you agree the 4 agreements. So and the tapes. Yep. Cindy, as in you audio tapes, or is there a book called The Tapes? Not sure what that means, Cindy. But anyway, cool. So let's. Yeah, Andy, and I'm sorry. The Notice of Returns wasn't my favorite. Andy's written some good books. The next one he wrote, The Traveler's Gift, was pretty good. Outside of that, I'm just a big fan of the first 2. So we'll leave it at that. But let's get back into the journal. Let's write down something fun. Megan, you're here. Good to see you. Your dad's been here the whole time. So Megan and Brian, Megan put on Facebook earlier a photo of her dad changing a light bulb. And so I was going to try and find a joke of how many Weight Watchers does it take to change a light bulb. And then, who cares? How many fit points do they get by doing it is probably the more important question. But Megan, so the answer to your question is, I don't know if you saw my reply on Facebook, but your dad is the bomb. And but he needs to finish doing the laundry. He needs to take the trash out and he needs to load the dishwasher. That's what he needs to do. So, yeah. So Mary K. So is it Mary K Mac? Is that what's your username on? What's your first name? I guess Mary on Instagram. It looks like it's MARIKMAC. So I'm assuming it's Mary K Mac. Anyway, so you got the 4 agreements on YouTube. Great book. So cool. I know, Brian. I saw you installing a can light. You're the man. Now let's put Brian in the book. Brian installed a can light. Yeah. So Calcott WW. So a collection of the books I put them on. Go to FatDag.com first and look at the ones I put there. Those are all the ones that I found inspiring on my journey. That are in there. So it's a quick place to find them. You can order them from wherever. It doesn't matter. Obviously, if you order them from the website, there is an Amazon affiliate link that kind of kicks them back this way, but it doesn't matter. I just really wanted you to have a complete list of things that I recommended as books. So, but I got to put Brian in the book. Let's go back to. Brian installed a can light and did the dishes by hand. Boom. So Brian, the reason I wrote that down is here's something that's kind of funny. We have a ceiling fan up in our bedroom, and the pull cord for some reason broke, and it would never change. It didn't work for the lights. So when I was 260 some pounds, I didn't even attempt to fix it. And so for 2 years, this is sad, for 2 years, we had no overhead light in our bedroom because that thing was broken. When I finally got to goal, and they weren't really related, but when I got to goal, I was like, you know what, I don't mind working around the house now. And so one day I crawled out, or I got a ladder, went up there and I took it apart thinking I was just going to buy a whole new ceiling fan. I take it apart and I see this tiny little switch in there. I go to Home Depot. It's literally, I can almost see it from here, truly. And so I go to Home Depot, and this switch was $1.89, I think. I buy the switch. I come home. Not even 5 minutes later, I replace the switch, and we have light in our bedroom again. Isn't that crazy? But it was at 264 pounds. I was sweating my tail off trying to change a light bulb. I wasn't going to go dig into a project I knew nothing about. So that's why I wrote down your note there, Brian. Brian installed a can light and did the dishes by hand. So very, very fun. Yeah, I can relate to that for sure. So May, 1 year at Lifetime on September 3rd. Whoop, whoop. Very fun. May, you and I are Septembers. I'm 1 year on September 20th. So that's pretty cool. Very, very cool. Let's see. Jennifer, I think there's a couple hashtags on Connect that are Weight Watcher book clubs. Pretty sure there are. Do hashtag book club or something like that. There are plenty of them. Let's see. So Linda, that's very cool. Steve, did you see that? So Linda says that my Weight Watcher leader asked me to explain the Sprengel 23 plan to your group because you were so damn excited to jump off this plateau. Very nice. Angie's looking for your 25-pound loss on Saturday. Go get it. You can do that. That's very cool. Shutterbug Lisa, I'm struggling right now and about to go to the fair. Worried you'll eat your weight in fried food. So here's the plan. Plan your day around going there. Eat before you go. And so if you eat a normal meal before you go, you know you can go 4 or 5 hours without eating because you do it every day already. Take a snack if you need it, but don't miss a meal and then go there looking for a meal. Replace that meal before you walk in, and do your best. And then again, balance against, would I rather have this fried dough thing or would I rather make goal? That time I would choose goal. I really would. Instagram folks, we're at 1:18. You're going to cut out on me a minute from now, and we're going to lose the Instagram feed. Instagram only lets us go live for an hour, so thank you guys for being here. Over the course of the weekend, no significant plans here, so I'll probably be back on around, well, it's the weekend, so who knows what time I'll pop on. I may do a midday show one day, who knows, but I do send out a text alert on Twitter and on Facebook alerts you when we go live, so you have that. If you want more, you can go to FatDag.com, click on Listen Now. There's an orange button that says Become a Patron. If you subscribe into there, they charge me to send the text messages out, so I just pass that cost on to you. If you want the text message, let me know. We'll sign you up for that. You cover the cost, we'll take care of it. Otherwise, the Twitter will let you know, and Facebook will let you know. So Instagram folks, thanks for being here. Have an amazing weekend. Be safe, be smart, stay on plan. It's not a free point weekend, but you can get it done. So thank you all for being here. We're going to lose you in 13 seconds. Let's see. So switching back over to Facebook. Reading. Brian, there's a video of you doing dishes I don't even want to see. I don't even want to know. May Team Lifetime. Whoop, whoop. I like it. Henry says, having trouble getting my blue dots when you're eating clean at 48 points per day. Sometimes end up with 20 or more points left at 9 p.m. Excuse me. Yes, Brian, there is Henry, there's an episode about that. Let me see if I can find it on my phone real quick. So you go to the WhysAdvice app, and then there is Henry, episode 104 of WhysAdvice answers that question for you. The bottom line is no, you don't have to eat all your points, but go listen to episode 104 before you take any more advice from me on that. Yeah, Lee, all's good. You know, just a little bit of a bug, and bugs are gone, so we're good. Everyone's back to being healthy. So, yeah. Sorry, scrolling up here. Yep, there you go. So cool. Yeah, so that's it. Let's go ahead and give me a couple more. I got a half a page here I want to fill before we go in. But let me know what else is amazing in your life. We'll get it written in the NSV journal and go from there. Yeah, it's not a free point weekend. Go camping. Yeah. So, let's see. Not a free point weekend. Going camping this weekend with lots of food. Repeating to yourself, it's not a free point weekend. No, you can do this. And so, Marie, if for some reason, let's go worst case scenario. Understand the rule of thirds. I hope you've heard that scenario. The rule of thirds can be your friend over the course of this weekend. And then more importantly, commit to Monday morning, no matter what, you're back at it. If you can commit to that, you're going to have success. I want you to do great all weekend. I really do. And I know you can. But I also want you to have a plan if for some reason something happens that you weren't prepared for. So that's the plan there. Rule of thirds and resetting on Monday no matter what. So Brian says put that number in an email and you'll get it as a text. Yeah, but I don't send email out though, Brian, before the show. I don't normally do. We'll figure it out, Brian. Gail, no longer diagnosed as here we go. That's cool. That's cool. Gail. No longer diagnosed as pre-diabetic since following smart points. Gail, that's very cool. So I got you in there, right there. So Gail, no longer diagnosed as pre-diabetic since following smart points. Very nice. Buffy, that's pretty tough, right? So Buffy is not eating junk at your second job, a pizza place. That is willpower for sure. Very cool. That's pretty cool, Kathy. So you ran part of your walk today after talking about it. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, that's cool. That's cool, 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 cool. All right, let's get this one written down. Kathy Wolf says, got my 12-year-old to take a 2.5 mile walk with you tonight. What's cool about that is you've obviously changed you, right, to be able to do that, but then you're demonstrating great behavior and you're showing somebody else what healthy looks like. And so that's pretty impressive. So Kathy, great job for that, for sure. So we've gotten you, you're in. There you go. Very nice, huh? Very cool. All right, so Penny's going to see Bob Seger. Woo, turn the page. We just did. We turned the page. How ironic. Yeah, Colby, that's pretty cool. For the first time, someone noticed your weight loss and you didn't even know you were on a diet. Because you're not on a diet. You're just eating healthy. So good job, Colby. Very, very nice. Linda, 109 degrees, ran at the gym. Yeah. Wendy says, on Sunday you set an attendance goal to walk 3 days this week. Crushed it, and you got it done for 5 days. Very nice. May, the same as Kathy's. So cool, we'll get you next time. Got your daughter to run a 5K with you. She came in second for her age group, which is amazing. Amazing. Phyllis threw out a piece of cake. You know what? That's a huge accomplishment, because that throwing it out is hard to do. Proud of you. Very, very cool. Very, very, very fun. Ruth, that's a great line, Ruth. Ruth says tonight she was out of points, so she stopped eating points. That's how it works. Very, very fun. So Janice says, you lost 21 pounds and no one's really noticed and you haven't really told anybody. The other day your coworker said, wow, that shirt makes you look smaller. Right, that and the 21 pounds down makes me look smaller. I can see my kneecaps, says Cindy. Very nice. Yeah, Kathy says you're at 41 pounds and people are just starting to, depending on your height and your starting weight, it does take some time for people to notice. So, very, very cool. All right, cool. All right, well, let's wrap this up. Got a great book tonight. Got a lot of stuff written down. You guys are killing it. You're getting it done. It's a complete honor to be your wingman as we walk through this journey together. I believe that firmly. I believe that it takes an attendance team, an accountability team, and that we all have to work together to get this done. So let's tie this guy up. That wraps up show number 113. Thank you for being here. Again, truly my honor to be here with you. I'm so proud of the work you're doing. The fact that, we're still hanging out here on a Thursday night, getting it done. We're staying focused. That's how you're going to win. You really are. If you stay focused to what your goals are, you know why you're doing this, and you use every tool available to get it done, this being one of them, you can get there. I'm confident of that. I'm 100% confident you can get there. So it takes some discipline. It takes focus. So I wish you the best of focus. Have a great night.